What do you think is the loneliest area in Elden Ring? Maybe it's the Forge of the Giants at the tippy top of the world, on a flat edge of a stone bowl with only the sky and the Erd tree being immediately visible to your view. Perhaps you find the Limgrave Coliseum to be the loneliest, as it's pretty out of the way, and if you play mostly through the Seamless mod like I do, then there isn't much of a reason to come here besides maybe wanting to know what's behind that gargantuan bridge. The Elden Throne is certainly pretty lonely as well. At the end of the game, you don't even have the throne here anymore. It's just you, and the tree, and the knowledge of everything you've done to this point, and all those people who fell by your blade. Perhaps you find an area like Len's Rise or the beaches of the Weeping Peninsula the loneliest, or your mind might drift to the Morn Moan Grave, the only spot in the entire world that is so far from the Erd Tree that if it were to fall, this is the only spot in the entirety of the lands between where you wouldn't get crushed. This little island even has an endless ocean on nearly all sides and a giant gate blocking the entrance. It's quite small, so you know for a fact that you're lonely. But what does it mean to be lonely? To be by yourself, right? Sure, that's the colloquial usage of the word, but what about the fact 90% of this world's inhabitants are out for your blood? Would you be lonely around these guys even though you're not alone? Do invaders count as not being lonely, NPC or otherwise? Do bosses also count? I like to think of it as such. Being lonely isn't just being alone, it's realizing that where you are is not just empty of other people, but empty of purpose and of reason. Thus, I believe the true loneliest area in the game is the Wailing Dunes, the boss arena for Radahn. Sure, you fight a boss here, there's a grace, and there's even one or two NPCs, or even more if you're diligent, in a dungeon on the far side of the desert. So why, if this place has so much life and purpose, do I think of it as lonely? The Wailing Dunes is a red desert beach with broken weapons and armor scattered across the dunes and the sand soaked with the blood of those who once felt they had purpose but were robbed of their lives and their dreams. It's not wailing because Radahn became a roaring beast, a shadow of his former self, but because of the torturous screams of agony and sorrow that once stepped foot here with the same goal as you, to slay Radahn and to reforge the Elden Ring. Each weapon, each scrap of metal, each grain of bloodied sand is a reminder that this now desolate area once held a purpose. If you look to the mountains, you can see the forge, and even the forge isn't totally alone, as there is life up here. It may just be butterflies, but that's still company, and they're smoldering butterflies, so their purpose is clear. The Colosseum also has company, 2 people actually, depending on the point of the game that you're at. And the Moan Grave too, because there are enemies not too far away. If you look out to the sea, you'll notice that there are these half-sunken ships. Sometimes you can see ships on the map, but for some reason, not the ones off this coast. They aren't documented. It just gives you this sense that they weren't important enough to be remembered like everyone else who died on this beach. And look, the sand here by the water is whiter, so this shows that the sand is unnaturally colored. Not even the sky is saved from the death that plagues this land, as it is also a deep crimson, brought upon by the scarlet rot, but symbolic of the war that took the lives of those who just wanted to live life, those who wanted purpose. The sand, the sky, the ruin, each aspect of the environment has been laid waste to at this beach, and this beach may once have been a nice retreat for the Redmanes. Now, nothing more than a traumatic memory and a reminder. When I see this ship, it makes me think of a line from Final Fantasy X.
Maybe it was that day, on the sea, under the burning sun. This was my new reality, and I was stuck in it for good.
Maybe it was that day, on the dunes, under the crimson sun, when we were just trying to get the great runes to save what's left of this world, we actually did the opposite and doomed it to be forever lonely. This is our new reality, and we're stuck in it for good. That realization may make you want to curl up into a ball on the beach and submit to death. But remember, if you perish here, that will only add to why this is the loneliest location in Elden Ring.